for joining us tonight. And this is where we offer commentary from a man's perspective, and our purpose is to impart wisdom to our audience through meaningful and transparent conversation. But before we get together, let me introduce the crew. I got my man Charles, Stefan,
Yo,
Chuck,
I'm here.
and Wayne. And tonight's topic is entanglement two. I know some people love it, some people hate it, but we're going to talk about it. And as we know, with entanglement, um, it's a complicated or compromising relationship or situation. Now, fellas, you know, I've known we grown up, and we've been through our ups and downs and whatever as young men, and now as contemporary men. But what do you guys think? Why do we, as men, I can't speak for the ladies. Why do you think, as men, why do we get ourselves in certain situations? I'll start off with you first, Charles.
Mhm. Um, Man, I blame the women, bro. I mean, I really do. Men have always acted a certain way, right? Think about it growing up. As a man, we used to have to work for it to a certain degree.
Right.
Now we're in a situation where women have become more and more aggressive. I mean, they're coming after us. I mean, if you're a guy, you look halfway decent, you have a little bit going on about yourself, bro. These days, women are just throwing the coochie at you. I mean,
Right,
just left and right.
right.
So,
Okay,
so it's
I
one of
get it.
those situations. Yeah,
yourself.
nah. Come on, man. Come on, man. Everyone
No,
on this
I'm with
podcast
you.
has
I'm with
had
you.
that situation at least
Yeah.
a couple times where women are throwing it at you. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I mean, I'm wearing a wedding ring. I meet my boy Wayne. I don't know if he remembers this. A couple of years ago, we met at a restaurant. And a chick is sending over drinks. Stuff like that. And it's like it's
Yeah.
clear that the wedding ring is there. And I'm thinking the whole time, this has got to be a setup. I'm my paranoid ass. I'm thinking, my wife sent them drinks over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Okay.
I just think, man, the women have really become more and more aggressive. And I think they're just meeting us where men have been for quite some time.
Well, that now that you mentioned that is a fact. That now 40% more women are likely to cheat today than they did, back in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So things are changing. All right, Steph Love, I'm coming to you. The
Hey,
same
well,
question, Steph.
okay. Well, first of all, Mike, just shift, I guess, to your left, my right. I just want to point out the lady in that picture there. You see that behind? That's tempting with not. Yeah, yes, that is tempting within itself. She's gorgeous and looks like she got a backside. So, you know, men are already like, "Ooh, wow." I wonder what that feels like. I wonder what that tastes like.
Oh,
Stop
damn.
it. Stop it.
Yes, yeah.
You need to
So,
go on with yourself, man. Go on with
yeah,
yourself, brother.
yeah. So, that's part of the thing. That's part of it, and it's just a challenge. But I mean, Charles said it well. Women are shooting their shots. Next week we're going to have some ladies on. We're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of Valentine's Day, and one of their segments is shooting your shot. So, they're talking about it in girls groups. So sometimes you do have those issues when it comes to entanglements because they shooting their shot, and it's up to the guy to deflect it.
Okay. Okay. But do y'all fellas think that's natural instinct? When we see a big button and smile, not necessarily a big button and smile, but we see something that's attractive to us or appealing, no matter what it is, um, that pushes the monogamy of a relationship.
Nah, I mean, you have to have, no, the fact that we see big butts every day, you see it on TV, you see it walking down the street, you don't reach out and grab it. No, it's self-restraint. You know, it's we talk about women sometimes like they're property, and they're not, and women they're taking their damn power back. Times have changed, and fellas better start recognizing. But you know, women's empowerment. Women are forced to be reckoned with. So they're stepping up and they're saying, "Hey, I see something." I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think the traditional roles what we have been conditioned to believe is the man is the breadwinner and he's the lion and that
No, I disagree. I disagree, Chuck.
disagree
I
what?
think they trying to come in for a come up. They're looking for some type of scholarship, some type of money. You know, they might be looking for a new apartment, new car. You know,
So
shake your money maker.
Nah,
Do something
nah.
for people.
I
It's
think
not always about the money. No, not at all. These
No.
chicks, they just trying to get their back blown out sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Okay.
it's just
Sometimes.
about the sex. Sometimes they making more than a dude and they just want to get theirs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
You got professional
All right.
women that are just they're about their careers and not thinking about having a relationship right now. They may want they got friends that's what I'm saying. The roles are being I don't want to say reversed, but let's say they're leveling the playing field.
so
All right. So Wayne,
so
what say you?
but
Let me
hold,
check with Wayne. Go ahead, Wayne.
let me just say, so what are we really talking about? Are we talking about somebody who is a single woman that's doing their thing? Or are we talking about a woman who's part of a couple, right? That's really different.
Listen, we're incorporating everything because there's single men and there's single women who deal with married men and women due to the fact that they still want to keep their independence and still want to play around too at the same time. So they don't want to be, they don't want to be in a relationship. They still want their freedom, but it goes back to having your cake and eat it too.
So to me, it's an entanglement when you're out there, when you're already attached and you're doing something on the side that you know you shouldn't be. That's an entanglement. But if you like that, you that single person, you just out there. That's different, right? You just out there chasing whatever you chasing.
No,
Right?
now listen, I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because entanglement is a complicated or compromising relationship or situation. I go back in the day, a complicated situation at work where I didn't even know somebody was coming on to me, to one of my coworkers put me on it. He was like, yo, every time you say a joke, she laughing, almost falling out of the chair. This shit ain't even that funny. And I said, what you talking about? He said, yo, she dig you. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Guess what? 4 months later, I was in it.
But check it out, Mike.
Listen, 4 months later, I was in it for about 6 to 8 months, close to a year. And I didn't even know how I got there. And she was married.
But again, Mike, I hear
that
what
is
you're
an
saying.
entanglement.
I hear
Absolutely.
what you're saying, Mike, right? But check it out, though. The entanglement was for her, though.
Right.
Right? Because you was a single dude.
Right.
No, but you understand what I'm saying? I didn't realize it. So I got caught in that net. Because when you're entangled in something, you can't get out. Your foot is caught, your hand, something's caught. So guess what? When she went through with her net, I got scooped up in it. I was one of them crabs.
So at what point in time did you realize she was married? Did you know that before you?
I knew she was married, and that was the entanglement. That I was saying, no, this can't be real. This can't be true. And then sure enough, it was one of them things,
So did she express to you why she was entangled with you versus her husband?
Nope.
It was your light-skinnedness.
Conversation about that.
You can't.
It was no conversation. It was no, me and Mrs. Jones. That's what it was.
Okay.
Every little cubby we could go meet. If I need to go get some copy of paper, she had to get some copy of paper. You know what I mean? If I had to go warm my car up before I left work, she had to go warm her car up before I left work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was just one of them things, but I just I don't know. I thought I was in control, and come to find out, she took the wheel. I thought I was in control but my man told me, he said, yo, you don't see what's going on. And I said, you get out of here. You full of it. And next thing you know, I was in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. I had a situation, and Chuck may remember this. I was only 17 years old, and this chick was 29.
Right.
Okay, I mean, I'm in high school. I'm on the senior ski trip, and she's one of the chaperones, and she's married.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she starts hitting on her brother, and it was on and popping. And obviously, she was doing her thing in corporate America, making good money, the whole 9 yards. But she wanted to play the cougar role, and she was in complete control of that situation. So I mean, women out here nowadays, man, they just they know what they want, and they go after it, man. So
Hey, real quick follow up to that story. A funny follow up. some years later, after graduation from high school, I want to say I was in my first, maybe second year of college. I ended up working with her, the one that he got into an entanglement with. And it was cool at first until I really started putting two and two together. I was like, you know what, that is you. And sure enough, it was. Man, you gotta understand back then, she was what, 29?
She was 29. Right.
What I
Pedophile. I'm
learned,
looking at this woman. I was like, you woman, and I'm working with you. Man, I ought to out you right now.
But see, this is what I'm saying, right? When we talk about this, it's a matter of it's only entanglement on one side. You know what I mean? Like if you got two married people, two couples, and they both of them in a situation that's real crazy, right? But I'm saying if only one of them, like in that situation you just talked about, he was on the outside, he's a single dude, she was wilding out, right? And it could go the other way too. I'm
but
just
she
saying,
was.
are we talking about the empowerment of women, or are we talking about like this whole cheating kind of thing? Because that's a little bit different, ain't it?
Bruh, but this was crazy with the situation I told you about. Yo, the crazy part was that it got so deep that we was meeting in some crazy places. But what's even worse was that there was coworkers who like was pushing like, I would love to see you two together. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So it got crazy, bro. It got crazy. So what I'm saying, that entanglement, it gets deep. It gets deep, and then it wound up doing what's my man? I wish I never met her. I got me singing that song. Because sure enough,
Well, she caught feelings.
no, I caught feelings. And
Oh,
she
you
wound
caught
up
the
being,
feelings.
listen, what was my man name say? I wish I never met her. What was the name of that song?
Was that Donnell Jones or something?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. It wasn't Donald Jones. But anyway, it had me singing that song because she went back with her husband full time. Because don't forget, this whole 6 to 8 month period, we were meeting.
Carl Thomas.
No, Carl Thomas. We were meeting. I mean, we were meeting places, and it got to the point where, even her mother was covering for her.
Oh,
That's deep.
mom's
The
involved.
mom's involved. That's messed
But
up.
mama, well, listen, it's deep where mom know about it and she covering for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Shit, the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
So now actually not, because if it did, I don't know anything about it, because I know her people is good people, but I didn't know they was that deep into it as far as their relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So it gets deep. So entanglement is at all different levels, man, at all different levels. And I did get caught out because I thought I was in control, and then it got this. She took the wheel from me, and next thing you know, I got dropped off at the bus stop, and she kept going. She went back home. Family, I was mad as hell. You got me home holding the pillow, drinking red wine. I don't even like wine. I was mad as a mum. I'm sitting there and got nerve to get some stemware. You know what I mean? Got me shopping at what was it, Marshall Home Goods? Ain't that a bit?
Hilarious.
You crying in your pillow, Mike?
What? I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did it.
Oh.
I did it, but I got over it. You know what I mean?
So
I manned up after a
that
while.
entanglement messed you up. Okay. All right.
What? Got me feeling like my man, with Jada. But what's my man's name? I forgot my man's name, but
real quick, for the folks that are watching, we got some really exciting guests coming up, so we want you guys to stay tuned. If you're on our Facebook page, check out our event section, and you can see who we've got coming up. Let's see who we get. We got Denny Brown from the creator and executive producer of Chase Street on Amazon Prime right now. So go check that out. Chase Street on Amazon Prime. We got the Warrior Lawyer and the Gordon brothers coming up. J. Wendell Gordon, super attorney out of Baltimore. You know exactly who he is, man. Google him, look him up. He's going to be with us shortly. But I just want you guys to stay, friend our Facebook page, go to our YouTube page, and make sure you subscribe, and make sure you check out our TikTok page also. And for everybody that's watching us on TikTok right now, stay tuned for more content coming up every week, every Thursday.
all right. Thank you, Chuck. Now, fellas, we talk about, the women up and coming, doing their thing and everything. But what about happy people? Happy people cheat, and why do happy people cheat? They have the money, they have the house, they have the fame. Why are these people with all this money getting in trouble, getting divorced? What's that about? What's that entanglement about? How entangled can you be when you holding the cards?
Oh, ooh, that's a good one. I mean, they've got everything, with the wife, the family, the money, all that, and they still cheat. Why? God, why does the sun come up? Maybe because they have everything, you know?
Well, I'm thinking it might be opportunity. What do you guys think about that? You
Yeah,
think they just
so
have the opportunity?
I think most cheat
absolutely.
is because of opportunity. But I mean, just to follow up on my thought, I mean, if you have everything, it depends. Are you greedy and you just want more? You got the wife who's there, the family and all that, but you just want now, you know, sex or whatever,
But, but
But
right,
but
I get what you're saying, fellas. But what I'm saying is that this is a happy relationship, and they're doing it just to be doing it. So is it opportunity? Because if that's the case, then nobody's safe in
so
regards to relationship.
I think like this, Mike. I think that I think there's people, dudes and females that's just what they do. That's how they get down, right? I don't know what that percentage is, but that's how some people get down. And I think that there's others who are like Chuck said, which is, or you talk about opportunity. Chris Rock said it. Men are as faithful as their options. So
okay.
so what I'm saying is, if you're talking about this dude who seemed to have it all together, got some money, whatever, some notoriety, whatever it is, they throwing it at him, right? He has all this access, and that. So is that dude gonna do that same thing in a different environment? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm saying I think that the opportunity and the options is what makes a big difference.
Okay.
Well, who are these people that are happy and cheating? I mean, I'm trying
Man,
to figure
listen,
that one out because
it's out
typically,
there.
I mean, something's missing,
You
right?
see,
There's a
but
void.
you see it every day, Charles, in the newspaper. You see it every day online. How many movie stars, football players with all these people, this money, success, and everything else, and they get caught out with the nanny?
But they're
Come
not
on, man.
happy. They're not happy. They just got all these material things. That
Yeah,
don't
But
make
I'm
them
yeah.
saying,
happy.
that the entanglement happens. You got a nanny. That person's there at your crib every day. You're not even using you're not even using the brain, saying that's too close for comfort.
Hey, well, one of our viewers said if the opportunity presents itself, integrity should dictate your actions. However, some people want the excitement and getting those things that seem unattainable. Therefore, I would say it's the new pussy, new dick syndrome. You know, it's the opportunity to get some new pussy that tastes different, feels different, acts different, and and the same thing for women. And
Well,
then, as well as someone also wrote that there still seems to be a void somewhere in the relationship, and it probably is. Even though you're happy, you got the kids, you got the success, you're still unhappy. You just want to try something different.
Well, I think when you're a celebrity, sometimes there's a sense of entitlement. Sometimes you get bored, but sometimes you think, I'm me, so I deserve something more. So that's why you have these celebrities out here just doing everything in excess. You know what I mean? They think it's just a part of the lifestyle, so that's what they do. But I don't know if I would necessarily describe them as being happy. Yes, they're famous. Yes, they have money. Yes, they have the material stuff. They might even have a beautiful woman on their side, but that doesn't necessarily make them happy. You know what I mean? That's just those are just appearances.
so
I
let me ask
agree.
you a question. Why can't we adapt uh some of the different mores or whatever they call with different cultures, like in the Amazon? Why can't we share our wife like they do in the Amazon? If I come over to visit for a week, why can't we share our wives?
Hey, well, some people get down like that, bro.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, if
this,
you're about that life,
no.
then do your thing, whatever makes you
Hey,
and
listen,
your spouse happy.
Eskimos in the Amazon tribes in the Amazon do it all the time. You know what I mean? So I wonder if that's going to transcend over here in America.
No, that won't.
Eskimos.
Yeah, yeah. That's almost a culture thing, and we're too
It is
prudish.
culture. What you think we deal with now, Steph? This is a culture. This is
Yeah,
a cultural thing.
yeah.
Because guess what? Other cultures find our views of entanglement immature. They feel that if somebody cheating, okay, well, I'll go cheat, or whatever the case may be. So why do they even think that way then?
Well, you know, we
People
have
in
the
Europe look at
situation
things
that's in the press now. I mean, I know we don't want to talk about the celebrities and everything. We want to talk about real live people, but
right.
sometimes you know, these celebrities, they present good examples, right? You have the situation with T.I. and his wife now, where, you know, that's out there, is being put on blast, where they're having threesomes and they're having
But
all
that's
this other
nothing
stuff.
new.
Yeah, I mean,
That's nothing new, Charles.
it's nothing new, but does that mean that they're happy? Is that what we're all supposed to be doing? No,
Nah.
That's true.
absolutely not.
Well,
But
everybody can't
if
handle it
they're happy
psychologically.
doing that, that's on them.
Psychologically,
Why are we even judging
everybody
people
can't
what they
handle
doing
it.
if that's what they're doing?
It's psychological warfare when you get down like that, because you got to be built different. All right. You got to
Yeah.
definitely got to be built different, because you get caught up in something like that and it go the wrong way, you're gonna be mad as hell.
Mhm.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
Yeah. So I think the bottom line is it. You know, Charles brought up the being happy, right? So obviously, somebody who's doing whatever is not happy, obviously, right? But if you're happy, you find a way to avoid the nonsense. Real talk, right?
Well,
But if
how about being bored? How about if your relationship is stale, why can't you just go out and do something maybe to shock the relationship back into Love American style? Why can't you do that? What's wrong with that?
but yeah,
I
if
think if
wifey
it's getting
agrees,
listen, I think if
then
there's
all
dust,
right. But yeah, that
listen,
ain't. Go ahead.
if all I'm saying, brother, if there's dust on the furniture, you might have to put some pledge on it.
He
So,
said,
are you suggesting that entanglements can be good for certain relationships?
It all depends. I guess it depends on what bag you in. You know, you could be the red bag or the blue bag. It all depends which one you pull out that day.
Excuse me.
I
Hey,
swear.
before we go further, Mike, I just want to bring in something that we talked about as a group earlier this week.
Yep.
Basically, we're in the beginning of Black History Month.
Yes, sir.
And granted, Black History is 365, 24/7. But
Yeah.
right now, we're celebrating Black History Month. So, as part
Okay.
of Just Be a Man podcast, we want to do a Black History trivia question and post it to our viewers. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to read the question and you give me the answer via comment in the comment section. The first person that actually, that accurately answers the question will receive a Just Be a Man gift.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to have a bonus question out of my own money because I'm acting like Terry Bradshaw. Out of my
All
own
right.
money, I'm going to give a $25 Amazon gift card to the first person that answers this.
I can use
All right.
that.
Out of my
Big
own
Willie.
money. So,
Big
but y'all
Willie
can't
style.
answer, damn it. Anyway, all right. So here's the question. The theme song for the groundbreaking African-American sitcom Sanford and Son was composed by music great blank. Once again, the theme song for the groundbreaking African-American sitcom Sanford and Son was composed by music great blank. Here's your bonus question, Mike. Put
I know
your
the
hand
answer.
there. I know you do, but that's okay. It's up to them to get it for us. The bonus question: what was the name of the song? I repeat, the bonus question was, what was the name of the song? That's not as easy.
Oh,
All right. So first person that answers in the comment section, and if you answer correctly, I will go ahead and announce that before we close out.
and you know what the bonus question should have been?
What's that?
If whoever knows the words to the line in the song, you know, what is that?
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Good
Yeah,
time.
good times.
Yeah.
No,
But,
no.
all
But
right.
a different song.
I know.
Different song.
right,
Different
let's
song.
let's keep it
Listen.
moving.
All right,
let's
back
talk
to the
about-
topic.
keep it
All
Back
right,
to the
listen.
topic at hand.
All right, let's go back to, what do y'all think about open relationships?
Oh shoot.
Oh,
Chuck.
the hell you come to me for?
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Been married for 30 years. What is your opinion on it? I ain't say you had to do it, but what's your
Hey.
opinion on it? I know if you've
God
seen
bless
things, and I
him.
know you heard things.
God bless them. I mean,
Okay.
look, whatever goes on between consenting adults, great. More power to you. It's not my thing.
Okay. All right, Chuck. I mean, Charles, what about you?
Bruh. Well, to each his own, but I can't see it for myself, bruh. I mean, I think
Okay.
you're inviting trouble. I think all types of nonsense could go wrong in your house, in your
Oh, yeah.
bedroom, etc. And I think to the extent that you can mitigate that stuff and keep it to a minimum, the better. So, two people, a man and woman, that's it.
Cool,
The
cool.
open stuff, I can't go for it.
All right. What about you, Steph?
Hey, I know a couple not too far from here that's in an open relationship.
Mm,
They actually host parties,
mm.
swinger parties, and they've been together for about 10 years. And this brother and sister are very successful, huge
Okay.
$800,000 home,
Mm.
and right now, I mean, driving a Porsche and a Mercedes. But the thing is, right now, the brother's hurting because COVID has shut him down.
Right.
And
Okay.
and the wife won't allow him to do it.
Okay. What
At
about
the
you,
house.
Wayne? What about you, Wayne, with open relationship?
Damn, that's
I
killing me.
mean, I don't know how to top what Steph just said, but no, I don't. It's not a good idea for me. I don't like it. But like I know people get down like that. But I mean, I guess you have to have a certain mentality to just see
Right.
your chick getting done in front of you.
Right.
That's something different. So no,
Okay.
I'm not. That won't work for me.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal.
You got
Open relationship.
you got to throw our selves in the mix. I mean, our age in the mix. I'm sorry.
Nah,
We're from a little different time. I mean, not too long.
No.
yeah, but I don't think back
Speak for
then.
yourself.
So let
Chuck,
me
speak
say
for
this
yourself.
though. So there's two parts, Chuck. Two parts, Chuck. Right.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely from a different age, and I'm just saying for me. But even back then, that's yeah. Hey, there's
Son,
some
come on.
competition
Hey,
you don't want.
Yeah,
Listen.
this ain't new, bro. This ain't
No,
new.
it ain't
Wow.
new. It ain't new.
Morgan
Because back
State,
then,
Morgan State, you dating some chick, and she says, "Hey, look, she's down with it," and come on. So
No, hey, listen. If you're just dating somebody, that's a different ball game. I'm talking about marriage. If you're not married, then all bets are off. You can do what the hell you want.
Okay, but we're keeping it funky though. We're talking about entanglements. So
right.
married, dating, all
All
of
right,
that.
but listen, okay. But my thing is, what's the difference between a dude dating two women or women dating two dudes and deciding which one to pick? Is that a considered open relationship?
Nah, dating. I mean,
But you seeing both people.
relationship.
It's not open if they know about each other. What about if they know about each other? If me and you like the same girl, we going for it, and she doing everything that for you both. Well, is that an open relationship?
An open relationship to me is if two people are in a committed relationship. It's just you two.
No, it
And-
doesn't. It didn't
let me
say that.
finish.
Open relationship.
Let me finish.
Okay.
And you decide, hey, we want to bring some other people into the mix. Are you okay with that? So you and your other partner, y'all decide we want to have an open relationship where she gets to see people, you get to see people. That's an open relationship. So, I mean, you may not necessarily start in an open relationship. You may, it's just you two, but you may graduate to that. So that's what I'm saying. If two consenting adults say, hey, let's do this, is that an entanglement? Nah, I don't think so. That's just a couple deciding that they want to do something outside their marriage. They want to spice it up.
But
I
see,
disagree.
Chuck, you just said outside of the marriage, and earlier you're talking about, if you're just dating.
I disagree with that, Chuck,
bring them into
because you could be in a committed relationship, but there's some people who are not even in that relationship yet, and they find out about the other person. Next thing you know, you got two people fighting like they really in, like that
That's
was
different.
their relationship.
That's different. That's a straight up entanglement.
Okay, there you go, and that's what the show's about.
Yeah.
Entanglement.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to freak level number 3, threesomes. Wayne, let's start with you. What's your view on threesome?
For me, that's an interesting question. No, I'm not into that. I'm not into that. Now, I'm not into that now.
Bullshit. Excuse me.
Well, listen.
Yeah, I did. Charles, you all right?
Hey, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna
That
move on.
Robitussin hadn't kicked in yet.
That Tussin kicked in.
It
What about
hadn't
you,
kicked-
Steph? What do you think about threesomes?
Okay, I've been in a threesome. It was a good time.
Mm.
It was a good time. Would
Yes,
I do it again? No, I'm a happily married man.
Yeah.
But a brother can dream.
Okay. And I would have to volunteer for that. I have to support Steph on that. I've been in a threesome before. and it was very interesting. But like I said, now that I moved on, and grew up, but I do remember back in the day. I'm not a kid anymore. Anyway, but yeah. So yeah, it was
You over there reminiscing, Mike?
it was an interesting time. Yeah, interesting. It was an interesting time back in the day, brother. You know. What about you, Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what?
yeah, what?
Threesome, yeah. Why not?
Oh,
Not
shoot.
me, not now.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I was about to say Hercules.
No,
Yes,
I'm
that's
just
what I'm
saying. I
talking
mean,
about.
yeah. What? Hey, look, man. It's all on the table, man. Hey, I'm a free thinker. It's all on the table. Let it happen. Come on, man. You only
That's
get one shot at this, man.
exactly. Exactly. So guess what? You gotta live a la vida loca, brother. So
Yeah.
I get it. Trust me. Who did I miss? Did I miss somebody? Charles? I asked you about threesome.
Not yet, bro. But me and my
What's your views on threesome?
well, me and my wife will never introduce another person into our bedroom. That's the
Okay.
bottom line. Because listen, if I'm going to uh, accept or be willing to accept, two women, another woman along with my wife, then someday she might ask me for another dude,
Mm.
and there ain't
All
no
right.
way in
Facts.
hell that will
Hey,
happen.
I didn't say threesome. We didn't say when you married. It could have been BM before marriage.
Well, hey, again, bruh, if you're single, meaning that you're not married, all bets are off, man. You do what the hell you want to do, what makes you happy. But
Yes, sir.
before you say I do, there needs to be some straight talk. There needs to be some discussion about how we're going to operate, what our sex life is going to be like,
Right.
going forward. Are we going to be completely exclusive? I mean, all those things should be known up front. There shouldn't be a bunch of surprises after you say I do. But
Right.
some couples, they grow into stuff like that. And
Right.
if they're willing to grow into that together, then hey, do your thing. But for me, my wife, my household, absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. That's cool. That I hit everybody up with that, right? Let's get back to this whole thing. We talk about entanglement. Why do you think people are poaching each other's man or poaching each other's woman? Why do you think that's happening? If somebody knows that somebody's in a relationship, are they doing it? Are they trying to poach your woman or your man because they're trying to test the strength of your relationship, possibly?
Now, I think I know. I think it's because they might see how the two of you are getting together and think you got it good, right? So I don't know, man, woman perspective, they think you guys are doing a good thing, and somebody want to be in that spot.
Right, right. Well, I think too, it's about like Biggie said, problems with my wife. I don't discuss them. I think people make mistakes by discussing their marriage issues at
Right.
home, at work. I'm not at home. I mean, at work or at the gym or whatever. And next thing you know, somebody sliding in your DMs or your people's DMs. So be careful.
We did this.
Be
We did a
careful.
show early on, and somebody was asking me something. I forgot what it was. It was something sexual, and my answer was, you know how I've been able to stay married for 30 years
How, brother? Tell us.
by not discussing my sex life.
All right.
You know what happens in our bedroom is nobody's fucking business. Now, if
Right.
I decide to tell you, that's on me. But then I'm the asshole because I never should have told you. But that's how people. That's how people get into your home. That's how people get into your wife or your husband's ear because you telling your business. You know.
Got too much information.
Yeah. For example, y'all should never know that I beat my wife.
That you did
Ah,
what?
I'm saying-
You
I'm
gotta get a
saying-
beat down right now.
What did he say?
And-
What Chuck say?
here come a frying pan right now.
You know what I'm saying?
You about to get hit with the skillet, bro.
Right. So let me put this disclaimer out there right now for somebody who still hasn't gotten it. That was a joke. I don't beat my wife. But but no, seriously, man. That's and I see a lot of that nowadays. People have problems, whatever. Girl, let me tell you. Next thing you know, why are you treating Tracy like that?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
No, it happens. Back in my player from the Himalaya days, I utilized it. I did it.
You did what?
I'm guilty. I'm guilty. And the thing about it is the person tells you and you tell them, well, I could do this or I could do that. And they're like, and they keep telling you. Next thing you know, they knocking on your apartment door. You busy? I'm like, no. You want to come read a comic book with me? But hey, man, listen, it's real in the field. You know what I mean? But you learn from your mistakes, because karma's a B. And like I said, the stuff can go up and down to come back at you. So you got to think about what you do beforehand, because it can come back to bite you, and you got to be careful. You know what I mean? And I wonder, what do we? Matter of fact, where are we at for time? Because before I get into,
We good.
We're still
We
good with
good?
time. I just want to go ahead and announce the winners for the Black
Oh, yeah.
History Quest.
go ahead, bro.
All right. So the theme song for the groundbreaking African American sitcom Sanford Son was composed by the music great Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
All right. And that was won by Kevin Castile. He was the first one up. Now,
Yeah.
the second one was a little harder. And what was the name of the song? The name of the song was The Street Beater. And the contestant actually admitted that, that they had to look it up. And I don't blame them, because I had to look it up too. And that was won by Nikki Trine, Diamond Princess. All those
right.
names.
She must be from France. That was a long name right there.
Yeah. That's my cousin right there.
That's your cousin. All
Oh,
right.
Nikki?
So,
Sir.
Oh,
so what
y'all from Louisiana?
You got jokes.
Hey, so here's what we'll need from them. If you could email, matter of fact, since Charles knows everybody, if you could email Charles your address, we'll get you the merchandise as soon as possible. As well, the gift card's going to Nikki, and Kevin's going to get some merchandise from us.
Excellent. Thank you for that
All right.
participation, folks. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So let's get, we talking about there. Thank you. We talk about entanglement. Can people fall into an affair? Because I know I did. So I know other people had to experience that before falling into an affair. Because I didn't even know I was falling into it, because I got entangled and I fell. They tied up both my feet. So I want to know, to the audience, has anybody ever fell into an affair that you didn't realize it was going on? Maybe.
Nah, I mean, when you say didn't realize it, how you not know what's going on? Like, are you saying they was lying, or you just wasn't paying attention?
Nah, I wasn't paying attention until we was someplace, and I don't know how it happened. Somebody was reaching for some cookies or something. I don't know if she was. I think I was reaching for some cookies, and I was going for the cookies, and she was going for the cups, because we were gonna make some tea, and then our lips rubbed.
What?
And that just went through me, like some hotness went through me, and some hotness went through it. Next thing you know what I mean? Breathing hard, kissing necks and ears and everything, foreheads. Somebody kiss you on the forehead. You see my forehead. When somebody kissed me on my joint, that was like a Bermuda Triangle. It was just crazy. And ever since then, all of a sudden, every week we had to go get some cookies and tea.
Lord.
This episode seems to be pretty autobiographical for you.
Listen, I live my best life. What can I say?
I am living through you right now, brother.
Oh man. All right, let's see. So I asked about the falling into an affair. So Charles, let's start with Charles. Do you think people can fall into one?
I guess it's possible. I mean, people say that all the time. It just happened. But I think you have to sort of open the door of opportunity. It starts with mutual attraction, and then some conversation, and then next thing you know, that door is wide open, and you're in a compromising position.
What?
So I think if you're trying to protect your relationship, you need to set boundaries, and you need to not put yourself in those types of situations that could lead to something going down, especially if you find the individual attractive. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, you just gotta know we can't be alone together. No, we shouldn't be talking and texting. No, there shouldn't be those, private DMs and all that stuff going back and forth. So you gotta sort of guard your relationship. But to answer the question directly, I do think it's possible for people to kind of fall into it. But again, it's not necessarily, a unconscious decision. You know what I mean? This is something that they've been thinking about and all of a sudden the opportunity presented itself, and they're there.
Okay.
That's how I think it goes down.
Well, let me ask you this question, or this to the panel, to the fellas. Why don't we pull out? Excuse the pun. When I'm saying
So
pull out of the affair, that's what I mean. I don't know where. Get your minds out the gutter. Get them out.
Oh, my mom was fully in the gutter, Mike. I was underneath the subway.
So what Steph? What do you think, Steph? When somebody falls into affair, they say you can't fall into one. There's got to be some type of shut off switch. Why do you think a male or female they don't pull out? Is it because they want it or what?
No, basically, you answered the question, Mike. They want it. This is the opportunity, and they're seizing the opportunity because they're not sure if they're going to have opportunity ever again. So, they're going to go ahead and just test the water, see if the water's wet, and and ride the wave as long as they can. So, and it's a conscious thing, male and female. It's a conscious thing.
Okay, so you telling me if there's a knock on the door at a lady's house, who is it? It's Dick Hurts. Well, come on in, Richard.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And if she allows him to close the door and get comfortable, and she brings him a drink, and and starts rubbing his shoulders and everything, then it's on. Basically, because he shouldn't be inside the house if she's in a relationship, period.
Okay.
Or he's in a relationship. Right. He's over there to fix some plumbing. Okay.
What about you, Wade? What do you say about it? We fall into some people say they fall into an affair. Is that possible? And why don't we pull out? Excuse the pun.
No, I mean, it sounds strange, but yeah, I don't think you really fall into it, because when I hear fall into it, it sounds like it's by mistake, right? Charles said it before. There's efforts on both sides to make that happen, right? So you don't really just fall into it. But then again, if you say why don't they pull out, it's that same thing, right? Because there's something that they wanted, or they was interested in, or they was trying to get with anyway. So yeah, there ain't no rush to pull out.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that the reason why people don't pull out, pull out, the reason why people don't pull out of the affair is because that they have their own stale relationship, or their life is just stale, or they're bored, or what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all of that, right? So like all those things have to be in place for that opportunity to even for that even to be a reality, right? They got to already be not happy with what they already doing to say, let me go try something different, knowing that they ain't supposed to be doing it, right? Because they risking everything. This could be man, this could be woman. They risking a whole lot. So they can't be cool with what's already at home. Otherwise, they wouldn't take that chance.
Okay. Well, then why is it that sometimes the women get the bad rap when the man goes after the woman, or if there's a married man and he's dealing with a single woman? Why does she get a bad rap if she's thinking she's helping him out because he's telling her that he's not getting any at home, and that she's being mean to him, whatever, and she winds up giving him what she thinks he needs and making him happy, and then everything blows up and she gets the bad rap. Why do y'all think that happens?
But that's society, though, right? That's. I mean, I'm not saying it's fair or right or whatever, but that's how things work, with, unfortunately, right? So the dude is always whatever, and the chick is seen as something different, and
Yeah, I mean,
right.
it's double standards, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's changing, slowly but surely. I mean, there are, people are embracing this, like, hoeing mentality. You know what I mean? I mean, there are whole anthems now. I mean, people are looking at Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're highlighting these females as heroes.
Cardi B with the WAP.
Yeah, all of it, man. All of it. And I think it's leading to a lot of the women being as, more aggressive today than they were, back when we were growing up.
So would you say aggressive, or you say it's a liberation? Those songs liberate the inner emotions, inner feelings that a woman has.
Bro, I think it's a combination of both, man. Women are out there, they doing their thing, And again, they're becoming more and more aggressive. We talked about that at the very beginning of this podcast, how it's nothing for them now to just throw it your way. I mean, again, we don't have to work for it anymore. A man just, again, doesn't have to work as hard as he used to. We used to be the hunters, and now it's a situation where we're turning into the prey. So, hey, I say, more power to them. But again, when you talk about entanglements and stuff like that, there are consequences to this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And if you're going to be aggressive, you're going to put yourself out there like that, you have to be ready and willing to deal with the consequences that are going to result from it, because there will be consequences.
Hey, let me interject something.
Yeah.
The streets be talking, okay?
Yep.
I want to put that out there.
Yep.
Streets be talking. Sometimes there are relationships where the spouse is using sex or lack thereof as a weapon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. And it's like, you ain't getting none. I don't care how you feel. I know we're married or we're dating and, we're supposed to be together. But I'm just not feeling you right now. So the other decides, shit, I need a release in some fashion. And they go out there and they may dabble in this and dabble in that. And they become entangled because they're not getting what they would like to have at home. And then what they have at home ain't doing what is happening out there in the streets. But the streets be talking.
Oh yeah. Well, no doubt. Well, I know I was a part of a street team back in the day, and I know that from my experience, a lot of women don't get entangled unless they want to be. You know what I mean? All you got,
Absolutely.
True.
I can, I've been through the tea and toast. I say, hey, let's go have some tea and toast. Ain't nobody drinking no damn tea. Come on, man. So I understand that they only gonna get involved because they want to be. And the same
Eh,
thing with a dude.
That is so true, because there are a lot of people out here that are side pieces, and they know they side pieces, and they embrace that lifestyle. They're good with it. So there's a different category when you're out there, you're seeing someone and you don't know that you're the number two, or you know that you're the side piece. But then there's a whole crop of them out there that they know good and well what the heck they're doing, and they're comfortable with it. They're cool.
Right. Okay. All right, Chuck. What about you? I see you being pretty quiet back there, brother. What you say about what say you?
Hey,
You wasn't gonna slide out. You wasn't sliding out. We're gonna incorporate you in, brother, every chance we get. Because we need to filter some of that 30 years of maturity. We need to see it. So give us something, brother.
I don't even know what to give you. I'm stuck on 2 questions ago. I forgot what we were talking about. I'm
Hey, one of our viewers said, "Nope, nope, nope. Wifely do this. That's why the cheating starts. You can break them off and go back to being mad." No, there are some women out there that will lock it down.
Nope,
Will
that's not
lock it
true. You're
down for
right, Steph. I
several
agree. They
months
were locking
and
it
look
down.
and get an attitude if you even approach it. And there are some guys like that too. That they just go
Ooh.
into that.
Ooh.
But it's
I
rare for
I don't know a
guys.
single one.
gosh, hell.
No.
Yeah, no, there's some guys that are like that too, but they're far and few between. But women can lock it down for several months on you, and you're like, you know what, mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that
Yep.
doesn't necessarily give you a green light to do what the hell you want. though.
I fully agree. I fully support that. But with women shooting their shots, it's a lot easier for a guy to
Yo.
go out there and do something.
The catch-22 is crazy because you marry somebody because you want to just be with them, and then you get with them and things are roll to go stale. Now you stuck because now you can't be the way you thought you wanted to be. You found that person, and now they disowning the coochie.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. And sometimes, I mean, it could be postmortem. Postpartum. I'm sorry.
Postpartum.
Yeah,
I get it.
I was wondering who
understand
died.
that part.
Like, who died?
Listen,
Well, I mean, most guys can live with that.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but but when it becomes 6 months, 9 months,
Oh,
no. Now you got attitude. No, when you say, "Oh, you're just using me for a sex toilet," what the hell?
listen. I made a mistake back in the day. Now, this is back in the day when I thought I was a player for the Himalayas. I saw a movie, right? And my man said, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I said that to somebody and my ass was cold fried. They left my ass hot. Listen, I'm calling their phone or whatever. I thought I was being cool, right? I thought I was being the man, and I did that. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And they was like, bye, bitches. And
Hey, let me
left
tell you something.
high and dry. That was the worst mistake I made too, because after that, right? I called the person about 2 weeks ago. I said, well, you been out here, everything going on, whatever. We wound up getting back together for a brief minute. Guess what? We eating dinner at her house, and she happened to be making shrimps and what she made? She made a seafood medley or something like that. Anyway, we sitting there, and her daughter said, "This is good, mommy. This is like you made this almost like the one that you and James ate." And I'm like,
Ooh. Ooh.
who? I said,
Even,
who?
even knew his
Mr.
first
James.
name.
And guess what? And the little girl said, Mr. James came over and had some seat. And she looked at her daughter, and if you could see that look she gave her daughter, like, when he leave, I'm gonna tear your ass out the frame. Ever since then, I knew I gotta watch what I say. You can't, what's on TV ain't in real life. You can't do it. And that's it for me. I passed the mic.
That should have been dropped the mic.
Well, I mean, that definitely was a drop to mic. And by the way, the content is so funny. My wife is a floor above me. I can hear her hollering, laughing at what we've been saying.
So, but this is the whole thing about entanglement. I think that's why it's so interesting, because there's different levels of entanglement. It's not just a male thing. It could be female thing. It's not just pinpointed to one specific sex or whatever the case may be. There's entanglement, heterosexual and homosexual. So I mean, it crosses all lines. So everybody can relate, no matter where you're, what part of life or where you're from or whatever the case may be, whatever culture. Even though certain cultures look at it differently, there's different ways to look at it. So I think that what it boils down to, when you get caught in the net, bring your scissors, bitches. Bring your scissors. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Hey, before we do, Chuck, you want to plug next week's show real
Yeah.
Yeah,
quick?
plug it up, Chuck. Plug it up.
Next week's show, we have, who do we have next week, gentlemen?
The OG girlfriend.
OG girls. That's right. I'm sorry. Original. I'm sorry. The original girlfriends.
Girlfriends,
podcast.
correct. The the original girlfriends podcast show.
Yes. With Charlie and Jaquay.
Yep. She's French. No, I'm just joking, Jaquay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You see us, Just Be a Man. We're on here. We're talking about issues from a man's perspective. We're having these young ladies on because they address things from a woman's perspective. Now, I listen to their podcast, and of course, we've talked and all that. Let me tell you something. They are off the damn chain. They are off the hook, and we cannot wait to do this crossover episode with them. It is the do's and don'ts of Valentine's Day. Okay.
Yes,
so if you have the opportunity, please tune in, check us out. That is February 11th at 7 p.m. right here on Facebook Live. I'm sorry.
No, it'll be at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, because the ladies are in Houston and they're an hour behind us.
Thank you. I don't have my sheet in front of me. I appreciate that. Yes, it will be 7:30. All of our shows are at 7 o'clock, just for future reference, but this particular show, it will be starting at 7:30. All right. Also, we are promoting and we will be advertising minority-owned business for the month of February, free. Absolutely free. We're going to start running advertisements here on our Facebook Live. We're also live on TikTok as well. So we're going out to quite a few people. So we are advertising minority-owned business for Black History Month, February, free, no charge, free. I don't know. How else can you explain free? It's free. There's no
$3.99.
All right. So because somebody emailed me today. Yes, it was today, saying, "Hey, what's the deal with?" There's no deal. It's free, everybody. All right. We're gonna advertise your business for free. We're gonna shout you out.
Chuck.
Yes.
Chuck, just tell them it's a pandemic price cut. It's a Rona rollback. Come get it.
Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Just Be a Man. Make sure that you subscribe to our TikTok channel, the same name, Just Be a Man. Where else, fellas?
Website.
Just Be a Man 2020. I'm sorry. Yes, you can always reach us and get our content and everything from our website, which is www.jampod.com. www.jampod.com. All right. And I think
Is that right? Hold on. Is that right?
J-Bam.
J-Bam Pod, Chuck.
J-Bam. That's what I said.
I told you about drinking, messing with that CBD.
Anyway, that's it.
Hey, do we have time for
the mic?
Hey, do we have time for the drop the mic?
No,
sir.
No, we don't have no time.
Nope.
No, not according to the program director. We got to wrap it up.
All right, not according to program director. Well, listen, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you checking us out this tonight on Just Be a Man 2020. And I just want to say, deuces.